Good morning, South Florida.
And welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Grab your coffee as we brew up the talk of the day.
From the latest scoop around town
to feel-good stories and messages of hope.
A few jokes and live calling.
Highlighting local businesses.
Discussing hot trends and news stories.
A dash of feel-good nostalgia.
I love those morning cartoons.
Keeping up with upcoming events.
Sometimes trying and delicious foods.
Weekly horoscope updates.
An occasional flying duck.
Some sparkle dust.
Don't forget my bell.
And my wand.
With our brew crew laughing on set.
So grab your coffee, your bagel, donut, or any breakfast as we get you up and ready for the rest of your day.
And don't leave us hanging. Here is a follow. Comment live or call right into the show at 888-994-4995 Studio B.
Whether it's a tip of the day or just to say good morning, we'd love to hear from you.
From Amp Media Production Studio, it's
the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show. Freddie, you have to get up. We've got a morning show to do.
Just give me 5 more minutes. Where'd I put my hat?
Come on, Freddie. You don't have time. Get out of bed.
I can never find my hat when I need it.
We'll get the hat at the studio. Let's go. Pour yourself some coffee and get to the studio because it's time for the morning show.
Now, where's my bell?
Freddie.
This is my Thug Life apparel.
Happy Tuesday, everyone. Just so you all know, the memo went out to our group chat for everyone to wear black, which I didn't think was going to be hard for Freddie because Freddie always wears black, but today he decided he's going to wear white.
Freddie went to the blood doctor today.
And?
Blood doctor.
So you don't wear black when you go.
Why would you wear white to have your blood drawn?
Because his doctor killed patients. I wanted her to say, and it worked, because she says, oh, you're dressed in white, I have to be careful, yes. And Sam, how are you, Sam?
You mean you were donating blood today?
No, I had blood work. I had 4 tubes taken out.
4 tubes? See, but why did you call it the blood doctor?
Well, what is
the lab?
What is it? The
labs.
It's a blood doctor.
No, he's a phlebotomist. He's a phlebotomist. He's not a blood doctor. He's a
phlebotomist.
Yes, a phlebotomist. Is that
That's
right?
a person who takes blood. Yes, he's a phlebotomist.
Trust
me, I take blood every once in a month.
I don't know.
Once every few months. I know what a phlebotomist.
You've never had blood work done?
No.
Like
Lucky son of a. How did you not? I don't know.
Were you born or were you birthed?
She hatched.
Okay, well, I'm saying
recent memory?
me remembering
anything.
I've never.
You should
You should have seen the needle. The needle was
They gross grace out.
Big, there was one time when I was getting blood work done for my hair injections. She had to stick me 4 times, and she never even got the vein.
You didn't want to go to medical school?
Huh?
I'm surprised you didn't want to go to medical school.
I would have done it for free. Give me a needle, I'll stick it in.
The only needle I've ever got was
for an IV and for
Grace.
Anesthesia.
Yeah, those
Grace,
times
did I tell you
needles
for what I have now, I gotta do 3 injections 3 times a week.
Okay, let me tell you
That's
something.
9 injections a week.
Freddie and I were once doing a show, and we had an intern with us, and we had this weird circus in the studio. Remember, we had this weirdo circus in the studio, and the intern said whatever this performer was doing just grossed her out. She couldn't handle it. So the performer, one of our old interns, did whatever it did that grossed her out. She ran out of the studio, and we never heard or saw her again. So please don't do that. I can't say it on air, so please don't do that to Grace. And we never heard from her again. Or her mother. Her mother was a friend of ours, so I think this circus performer traumatized this poor girl. That we never saw her again.
Circus performer.
We thought there was like this weird circus in Wellington, and that some of the performers came. It was like some weird thing.
I don't remember. Was this like a dream?
Didn't you say
it was not a fever dream. It was back in the day, as you call it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember that.
Didn't you tell me that there was one time you were doing a show and you stole these clowns?
The car and the tent.
The clown's table. Then in the middle of you going live, 10 or 15 clowns.
It's when we opened up. We opened up the mall on 18th Street. We opened up the mall on 18th Street, and they left us in the baking sun. And I said, Dawn, I'm going to take that table and chair. And you said, go for it. And I ran over there, and I came, and then this clown car came out with like 20 of them. It's this big, the car, and all these clowns rolled out. And they all wanted to beat me up because I took their chair.
The clowns.
Are they all in their makeup too?
They were all in their makeup. They were all in their 80s, and these little women came over screaming at Freddie that how dare he take their protection from the sun because they were. Yeah, it was not a good thing.
They had sunflowers, and they kept squirting me in the face.
Oh my god.
That's like a movie.
That's a classic clown Nisha.
Is that a real thing?
It was a real thing.
so.
Real thing
And
that
it was-
Freddie had to
it
deal
was
with.
you,
20 clowns.
And Steve-O was
Steve-O?
there, the DJ. And I said, well, we need a table because we're on the radio.
It
and
was
she
so
says,
hot.
I don't care. And she kept hitting me with the water in the face. I'm like, can you stop doing that?
He kept fighting with the clowns.
And then all these clowns came, and they're all like ready to beat me up. I'm like, are you guys serious? Remember that?
I don't know.
Is this video still up somewhere?
I don't even think we recorded it. It was like before we were recording.
Oh, dang it. Like, I would have given an arm and a leg to see that on video. Just a bunch of clowns walking to
Going after Freddie. Pretty much true.
They keep spraying him in the face with a little water.
I didn't know the clown car thing was real.
I feel bad you
Little
guys are
car,
standing.
20 of
Those
them
chairs
come
didn't
out.
work for you?
I mean, when I sit, it's like glaring, and when I stand, it's just better.
Yeah, sitting sucks for us.
You can get the like high stool.
It still sucks.
I did.
It still
It's
sucks.
still not working for them.
Yeah, it's horrible.
All this talks with clowns just reminds me of a movie I wanted to watch.
Was it it?
Nope, it was Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Oh my god! Oh,
I saw
I'll
that.
knock your block off!
I saw that.
Oh.
Silliest movie ever made.
Okay, so speaking of that, do any of y'all remember back in like around 2017, 2016? Do y'all remember the Killer Clown incident that happened everywhere?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so story was it was around like 2017, 2018 when things were going crazy back in the world. For some reason, I don't know how it started, but some idiot decided to dress up as a clown, go out and scare people.
Okay, you know how it started?
What's up?
Because the It movie came out back then.
Oh,
But this was.
right.
The new
Oh, wait a minute. This was
And
in.
it
This was in
also,
Florida, right?
It was in Florida.
Everywhere.
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 It was like a disease spray for all over the country. It was scaring people.
Yeah.
Clown mask.
Yeah.
It was the egg and
It was
like a
everywhere.
whole thing.
Like recently, I remember at school we had to go on lockdown because someone supposedly, quote unquote, saw a clown by her school. We had to go on lockdown.
I'm gonna tell you something. I could have sworn I saw this guy in a clown outfit somewhere.
Like, there's all kinds of videos online of people driving home and the clowns just like standing in the middle of the road with like
And
baseball
they would
bats.
like chase people down the road.
Yeah.
And
Wait, did he
Yeah.
kill people?
No.
In New
No,
York,
never
in
killed
New York,
people.
in
But
New
they
York,
would chase
hold
them with,
it.
like,
In New
weapons
York
and stuff.
It was
City,
just scary.
in New York City, there was a killer clown,
Oh wow, really?
and there was also Mr.
His name was
Softy,
John Wayne
Wasn't it-
Bless
what's
you.
his
the
name?
ice cream
John
guy.
Wayne Gacy.
Mr. Salty, who's
Mr. Softy, the ice cream.
Oh,
He was another killer.
oh
Wait,
God.
I feel like
I
yeah.
don't like that
cones.
name.
It was ice cream.
Mr. Softy.
But that was the name of the company.
What is it
wow.
about clowns that they try to
No,
make
but, like,
scary? Why
seriously.
clowns?
Like,
It's
well,
like
it's John Wayne.
No one likes
It's
clowns.
all John Wayne Gacy's fault.
Yeah, because
Blame him!
he was the killer clown.
He
Yeah,
was
but
the
clowns are
legit killer
scary.
clown.
Clown. The It movie was like unbelievable.
What?
No, I mean, like, the
I mean,
whole...
special effects alone were like.
Yeah, I know, but it's just a concept of
I guess it's
children.
like the dichotomy
Wow.
between clowns are supposed to be happy, make you joyful, so instead they're going to make them evil
Precisely.
and harmful.
It's
And like,
like,
they're just
it's
scary.
like getting children in horror movies.
They
Like,
scare me.
yeah, like children are amazing, but in a horror movie, they're the most terrifying.
Yeah, like
Little girls,
Winnie the Pooh.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're easy
Going
to
off what
scare,
she,
yeah.
going off what she said, there was a movie that my dad used to torture me and my brother for every time we go out in like on a trip to South Carolina. Do any of y'all know the movie The Children of the Corn?
Yeah.
Yes, my God.
Good
That
film.
movie terrified me and terrified my brother especially. Every time we go into like a cornfield like that, like, hey look, hey look, dude, the cornfield. I was like,
Children,
oh,
you see the
no.
children?
I used to
There's-
play in that.
There's a new one coming out called Abigail.
Yeah,
I want to see that
I
so
saw
badly.
the trailer. I was
It
like,
looks so good.
I thought of you. You're the only person that would enjoy this movie. I think is Baxter. And apparently,
It looks so good.
they kidnapped
I'm
this little.
giddy about
They
that
kidnapped
right
this girl thinking that her parents are really, really wealthy,
she's
and they're
like
going
a
to pay
vampire.
ransom, and she's like this crazy vampire
Speaking of-
sorceress or something.
Could you imagine the
Daughter or
turntables?
something?
I like horror movies, but not when they're like like when it could be like that to happen, or like I don't like the possession ones because I'm like, okay, I feel like that's not really realistic. So it has to be like a medium.
You don't like The Exorcist?
I've seen The Exorcist, and it's like I like that one, but
It's
like
cursed,
but like the ones that are like super cheesy, I'm like, okay. Like I don't
first
really care
one.
about The Conjuring, like that one's like
The Conjuring.
like those to me, I'm like that's I feel like that's not
Isn't like the
scary.
They made a new Omen film. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen that. I've
The
seen
Conjuring.
Need to watch it.
No,
It
because
is
you like all
outstanding.
horror films.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. Because
I
every
don't.
horror film that ever came out, good, better, and different, you're
No,
gonna
no,
watch.
no, no, no.
I like the psychological one.
Da, da, da,
Here's the
da,
thing.
da.
Here's the thing. I don't like realistic horror. I don't like breaking and entering.
Yeah, I don't.
I like paranormal.
Okay, that can happen to me.
I like paranormal stuff, possession. That.
Nah, I don't like
I,
Scream.
that, I mean, it's a
The
classic.
Conjuring-
Halloween,
The Conjuring
alright.
has 1, 2, 3, and 4, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Like pieces?
The first one is like the best one, but the other ones are like.
That's
it's
Scream?
just, like,
That husband and wife team.
Yeah.
That's a real
Yeah.
story.
I know it's like based off of.
A book, a real life.
Have you seen The
Oh.
Strangers?
Have you seen?
Oh, I've seen that one.
Amityville Horrors.
Yeah,
Have you seen that? I went to
I've
the
seen
house.
both of them.
Really?
I went to the house when I lived in New York. I went to the house. It's funny. Me and my
I
friends
would
went
like
to the house.
see. I've always
And
wanted
the
to
cop-
spend the night at this hotel in Colorado. I don't know what it's called.
That's The
But
Shining.
but it's based.
Yeah. Oh, I love that one.
What's the?
That's a real. That's
Yeah,
based on
I
a
know,
real deal, but
I
the
know.
hotel's not haunted at all.
It is.
No, it's not.
It is.
They wanted to drum up business, so they made up this movie, and then everybody went there to see if it was. And it's
I've seen the videos, Freddie. I have seen the video.
You should
See,
go there and
being
you'll see
scared
the
is
truth.
fun though. Like I love Halloween Horror Nights.
Oh my God!
the
It's
best.
like here's the thing.
Yeah, I go every year.
You and
Alright,
wait, everyone
this
here
one
likes
is-
being
I love-
scared.
Yeah,
You like being
I think
scared,
it's
Helga?
funny.
Yeah.
Like
I don't like being
it's so
scared.
funny to me.
It's just like
You don't
it's just
either.
thing.
Like I scream but then I laugh.
I don't
do-
like being
Same.
scared.
It's just like it's just like it's not like I become numb to horror films. There are certain times when I'm just like
Yeah.
cowering in fear, but when it happens, it's that rush of adrenaline. Like, yes.
So there's
I
a new
love
movie
it.
coming out called Civil War,
Oh yeah.
That is so good.
It actually looks good.
and
I haven't seen
apparently
the trailer.
they say it's not taken off the election or any past or
From-
current or forward president, but it's about what happens if states start seceding from the union because they are not in alignment with the government and what that looks
What
like
I've like
in the
seen
Civil
from the
War.
trailer though, it isn't like based off of like the crazy political climate right now. Like there's like 4 different alliances, so it's not like like conservatives and liberals. Like it's like there's other alliances going on. So it actually like doesn't. It's not like one of those movies. Like if I watch this, I'm like, oh, this can happen tomorrow. Like it's like, oh, this is like more futuristic.
Well, not
From what I guess.
not to burst the bubble, but New York City has 5 boroughs.
Yeah.
And Staten
Apparently your
Island-
mic is not working.
No, it's not. Mike 4.
Mike 4.
Where's on?
The handheld mic in the girl's hand is not working well. It sounds awful.
Maybe it's too loud.
I don't know what's going on. Like y'all are, y'all are peaking. Like all of you are peaking.
You gotta lower
Everybody
it.
else is fine. It's the mic that's speaking that's cracking up.
So maybe it's the XLR. We'll have to fix the XLR. All right, why
You
don't
gotta
we?
lower it.
I tried turning down the gain.
And what about the slider?
Sliders
Slider's all the way down.
all the way
Like,
down.
it's not all the way down, but it's at a decent level.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll switch the mic. Let's start with the mic and let's take a commercial
All right,
break.
let's take a commercial break. Change the. It's probably the XLR.
There's a lot of shows that get
Do we have any
picked, you know,
extras?
like the Civil War in America.
I know. We'll see more to come on the other side of this commercial break. We'll be right back.
Love the Brooklyn Cafe?
I need my-
Don't
go
miss
get
out
the
on
next
some of the
one.
latest merch we have available.
Let's see if
Need a new shirt?
It was from Gio.
Brooklyn Cafe has you covered. We have a variety of shirts in all sizes, ranging from the classic cafe shirt to the highly coveted colorful hot dog shirt. Need something for cold weather? Why not grab one of our cafe hoodies? Or you can snuggle up with one of our soft, silk, touch fabric blankets. The Brooklyn Cafe has everything you need, from clothing about the show to our signature coffee blends and mugs. Get it while supplies last.
If you have diabetes, would you like to eliminate painful finger sticks? Are you injecting insulin multiple times per day? Then you may qualify for a continuous glucose monitor. CGMs monitor blood sugar using a small patch placed on your upper arm or abdomen, and they use your smartphone to accurately monitor your blood sugar levels. Stop pricking and start scanning. Plus, CGMs are covered by Medicare and most private insurance plans. They can be shipped free of charge to your door. Call today to see if you qualify.
Give me the mozzarella. 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 Give me the mozzarella.
Pizza Rica, tasty region pizza at 2001 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard or contact 561-826-8663.
Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf.
800-485-8801. 800-485-8801. That's 800-485-8801.
You are cheap. No, I'm not. You are cheap. No, I'm not. You are cheap. No, I'm not. You are cheap. Well, maybe I am. If you're buying a diamond ring for your wife, it's not cool to be cheap. If you're buying airline tickets, it's very cool to be cheap and called Trip Amigo, where you can fly anywhere in the world and save up to 75% on over 500 airlines and 300,000 hotels. Plus, rental cars and vacation packages. Visit family, friends, or go on a once-in-a-lifetime vacation. Go ahead, be cheap. We have special fares we're not allowed to publish. When you book your airline reservations with Trip Amigo, you'll spend your travel money when you get there, not by getting there. Call Trip Amigo now and mention the travel code AMIGO and save even more. Call Trip Amigo now.
701-581-9604. 701-581-9604. 701-581-9604. That's 701-581-9604. Attention timeshare owners. This is an urgent consumer alert from the Timeshare Exit Hotline, a national company specializing in helping consumers legally get out of their expensive timeshare contracts. We're offering you a way to legally get rid of your timeshare. So if you're fed up with the maintenance fees that keep on coming and want to learn if you can terminate your timeshare legally and permanently, call today. Call the number on your screen today. It's a free call. Hey there, travelers. You going somewhere? Need a hotel? Then call Hotel Wiz anytime, day or night, for rates too low to publish. You can save up to 75% on over 500,000 hotels across the globe and get our best price guarantee with no booking or cancellation fees ever. We've got some of the lowest hotel prices you'll find in New York, Chicago, Las Vegas, San Francisco, Washington, D.C., and a lot more. Don't waste your time surfing for deals. Make a free call right now and find deals too low to publish. Save up to 75% right now with no cancellation fees. And to make it even easier on you, we're here 24/7 to help. So call right now. Bookmark us in your cell phone. Whatever you need to do, just pick up the phone and call this number for hotel deals that'll knock your socks off.
Call 866-484-5868. That's 866-484-5868. Again, call 866-484-5868. Call now.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back. Say hello to everybody in that mic. Let's see if it works.
Hello.
How's it looking?
Okay.
Yay, hi.
Yay! We're not crackling?
Would you stop screaming?
Keep talking, Abby.
So let me ask you a question. So yesterday, everybody was watching
the Eclipse.
The Eclipse. They were doing Eclipse chips. They were doing moon pies. 50 people got married at the town where it goes over 100%. and everybody meets.
So that's how some got married on a hot air balloon. I don't think I'd go on a hot air balloon during an eclipse. That I don't think I would do.
So, but hold on. So my question is, what's the most mental thing you heard going
mental?
on? Come on, getting married in a hot air balloon is not mental?
I just wouldn't do it in the dark when the change of energies. That would make me kind of
But you're
nervous.
doing it because of the eclipse is what I'm saying. You wouldn't do that on a normal day.
Remember the song Total Eclipse of the Heart?
They play
Apparently
that.
that's like the #1 song
They
or
play
something.
that. It was played on Spotify more than anything.
Yeah.
But do you guys have any stories or heard any stories of the strange on this eclipse thing? This is nuts. There was a woman shooting people in Miami.
The people in Miami are just a whole nother level.
I actually have a very strange story. I heard from a friend that
Hold your mic up.
During one of the eclipse.
Okay, what's wrong with this guy?
What?
You gotta hold your mic up. There you go. If you can't hold it there, you can't tell us a story.
Well, he's holding it up. You got to tell him to hold it closer to his mouth.
Right, so
so put it in his mouth.
My friend told me that in his neighborhood, all the dogs and cats started barking and
And the cats started to bark.
yelling. Yeah,
Dogs
yelling.
and the cats. First of all, the story is not
Good
real.
pickup, Baxter.
That's your friend making up a story.
He is.
Nobody said that never happened.
No, but the thing is, I was like 6, and I believed him because when you're 6, you tend to believe everything.
You remember stories from when you were 6?
I remember a lot of things.
Do you remember stories when you were 6?
Oh, yeah.
You do.
Oh,
You do
yeah.
too?
I remember yesterday.
I have a photographic memory.
I barely remember yesterday. There was a
Wow.
story that told me once. The guy was in a town in South America, and it was raining fish.
What?
Raining fish.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
Dead fish, raining.
What?
It happens sometimes.
Sounds like
How can it be
Armageddon.
raining fish when the fish are below? With fish are here and the rain comes from here. Explain to me.
So when he told me the story, I'm like, so I look it up.
And he goes, it happens sometimes.
And it happens sometimes. So I look it up. It does happen.
How
Do you
can it
know
rain
how?
fish?
Hurricanes in the ocean occur. And the hurricanes, water spouts fish, and they shoot it out all over the
Mother
place.
Nature, man, I gotta tell
But
you.
you would think it's raining fish, right?
I have a story.
Birds will.
He says it happens all the
You're
time.
telling me after the hurricanes happen, there are fish in the sky,
Yeah.
just going waiting to come down.
And they shoot out in every direction. So if your town is on the ocean, like I grew up in Puerto Rico, there were towns on the ocean, it will rain fish.
I have a story.
When Hurricane Irma came through, it put 2 alligators in my neighborhood because of the water. But we already had like alligators kind of there because of the ponds. Like they would go through the like.
You ever seen a
tubes.
cow fly
Okay.
because of the hurricane?
I think the saying is, have you ever seen a picture?
Wizard of the Bus.
Wait, wasn't that
Twister?
You see, he thinks that things in the movies are real.
Oh no.
So sometimes birds will like fly over the water, and if there's a fish on the top, they go down, grab it, and go away. But the fish will like try to escape. So the bird will be flying over land, and the fish will fall down. When I heard that, I was like, oh, they can do that with sharks too. So every puddle has a shark in it. And from the time I was like 4 to about 12, I wouldn't step in puddles for fear of sharks.
Wow.
No, and the
Okay.
funny thing is that now she teaches scuba diving. That's the ironic thing to all of this.
I see a shark, I'm out.
You know, like as children, you would be like, there was this thing you couldn't step on the cracks on the
Oh, like
floor.
break your mother's back.
Yeah.
What about going under a ladder?
Oh, I still don't do that.
I feel like that's just a safety.
Josh
measure.
the other day goes, I'm not going under there. I said, Josh, were you superstitious?
Yes.
No. I said, come on. So I went under. Says, okay, come on. Then I hurt my knee.
I won't go under a ladder.
All right. I have a story.
Of course you do.
How long is this one going to take?
Not long. 5 to 10 minutes time.
I can never go.
No,
through
you don't got
a
10
black
minutes.
cat
Okay,
spot
I'm
not
joking.
crossing it.
So my parents, they had a puppy, a Rottweiler
Oh, okay,
puppy
so I feel
before
like
the
this.
one we had just had, and it was the sweetest dog in the entire world. My father was worried that when it came down to it, it would not protect my mother if somebody broke into the house. So he went into his closet, grabbed a trench coat and a Richard Nixon mask, and he
That's
left the house.
creepy.
And my mom was cooking in the kitchen with the dog, and he kind of peeked in the window and started knocking on the door.
That's very creepy.
And the dog just about jumped up through the window. So of course he ran away. He ran across the street.
A
Of course.
Richard Nixon mask.
And then next thing I know, my dad's next door neighbor comes out with a freaking baseball bat saying, "Hey, what do you think you're doing?"
You scared the neighbors.
Okay, that's not a very good story.
Yes, it is. It's a
It's
great
not
story.
funny. Number one, it's not
It's
funny.
so funny.
And number two, you're screaming into the mic. And number three, it's creepy.
I mean,
Creepy.
It's funny.
Oh, it's
I mean,
not
I got
funny.
chased
It's
once
so
by
funny.
No, don't you talk no more because
Mate.
you're probably going to go in the same
My husband
direction.
came up to my door in a
Am I wrong?
and a mask.
No,
Hey,
he
well,
was
you're not
told
wrong.
to do that. He was supposed to.
No,
Listen.
I don't care. I'm gonna
Mighty
drop
Mike.
kick him.
Mighty Mike, do not pay attention to the guy behind the curtain. That is a very weird, bizarre.
She's got Felix the cat
story.
on her shirt.
I know. It's cute.
I like it.
It's very cute.
It was my 20th.
Funny thing is, everyone wore black except you, and you were like the king of black.
Yeah.
I don't understand
And
what.
WhatsApp.
But what's the?
Yeah.
But what's the
He always
problem?
says none of us were doing
Thank
WhatsApp.
you.
Literally
Exactly.
said it.
Exactly.
Watches his motivational TikToks.
But everyone knew to wear black today except you.
He just
Listen,
wanted to be
you
special.
I got something for you. I got
You
something
don't
for
have to watch the motivational TikToks. That's up to you.
Yeah,
I
but you
got
always
something
say,
from
doesn't
you.
anyone read WhatsApp?
Freddie, I got a
And you
message
didn't even
for
read
you.
it yourself.
I didn't read it.
I got a message for you from Hilga. Hello, everyone. Tomorrow we'll be taking pictures for our work processes and group photos. Please wear black clothing.
Okay.
Okay. Not a single black clothes.
Black pants.
Not even your shoes.
I can always pick up a
I'm
pair of
wearing
black.
a black shirt. I'm wearing
I have a black shirt back there.
Yeah, that's fine.
I have a leather jacket on. You can take my leather jacket.
So I got a handkerchief here. I can wear it this way. It's the same difference.
Do you remember, I was going to say back in college, and girls used to wear these as tops?
Yeah.
Oh.
But you guys are still in college, and they can still wear them as tops.
Yeah.
No, I never saw that as a top.
Because you did go to University of Miami.
If I tried to wear that as a top,
I would hit you with a bat. Yeah, if you
They
would
do
wear
that
this
at
as a top,
Miami.
I'd hit you with a
Jackson,
bat.
it's a different appeal.
At UM, it was a whole
Very.
thing.
Yeah, that's still a bad.
First of
It's
all,
still a thing, right?
First of all, tell me about the color handkerchiefs and what pocket meant what.
What?
What?
So you had a handkerchief, you put it in your left pocket, it meant one thing. You put it in your right
Showing
pocket.
your age. What was that?
No.
Nathan knows,
You
apparently.
remember the bands? The bands? This was in the 90s.
Oh, they don't click on that.
Was I born in the 90s?
Different handkerchiefs mean different things?
Like, I talk about a little snap-on band and hitting.
No. They used to wear bandanas in the pocket. So if you wore it in one side, it meant it was like an invitation.
Like
They
a
did
Bruce
the same thing
Springsteen
with the
thing,
bands. Huh?
It's like a Bruce Springsteen thing, right?
What, it mean your signal or that?
I don't know. I'm going to look it up. I'll look it up.
Is it like the ankle?
No.
An ankle?
No.
The ankle.
Is it like the loofahs in that neighborhood in Florida with the swingers?
Are you hanging on your
Oh,
door?
the pineapple?
No, they have like different color loofahs.
How
and
do
it
you know
means,
about the
like-
pineapples? Mrs. I was born in the 90s.
Do you watch
Tell-
movies or
What movie?
television?
What? Tell me what you watch. What you find.
I'm,
Tell me. The
are you
upside
kidding?
down
You've never seen a
pineapple?
rated R movie?
The upside down pineapple? So tell me what's in the upside. Tell me what's in the
I
pineapple.
don't think I can say that on.
Well, what was it? Is it upside down? Or
It's
right side
upside
up?
down.
And what does that mean?
What does it mean?
I don't know.
I saw on TikTok that if you turn it upside down, all the juices make the pineapple juicy everywhere. So it's better to cut it if you just like let it sit upside down for a little bit.
Okay, I'm gonna ignore that. 'Cause that's not what we're talking about. But okay.
I know, but I don't even know what
Do
you're
you know what
talking
an
about.
upside down? Hold on. Do you know what an upside down pineapple is?
No,
I do not.
Do you know?
I do not.
Do you know? You do.
I don't.
I'm gonna say yes because that usually that's a Josh thing. That means yes. Do you know what it means?
No.
Okay. Do you know what it means?
No.
Do you know what it means? Okay, so you got 1, 2, 3, and you don't know because
Nope.
you're Mrs. Juicy over here.
Oh, God.
4 people. So it's not commonly known.
I thought it was.
And you see that? You got all age groups in here who not know what it means.
Upside down
Yeah.
pineapple.
She's looking.
I
So
know.
good. Don't look it up. Don't look it up.
Wow. Now, my son, you ready? You ready?
I'm like, yes.
Are you giggling? Are you giggling?
Well, I'm wondering, here's the thing.
I just want to know why she knows.
How do you keep a pineapple upside down?
No, it's like a sign. Like if you have like a pineapple in your yard and you put it upside down, it's like
On your doorway.
It's like a invitation to other people.
A tattoo.
It's a lifestyle. It's a difference in lifestyle.
Yes. Now, what I want to know is,
Another one. Well,
That's not what it is.
The same vibe, different message.
you just keep, you know what, get a big shirt, turn it upside down, and right on top of it.
Apparently,
tell
you
me
can
what
do
this
it on a
means.
cruise ship too.
Yeah, people do that on cruises a lot.
That's what it
Wild.
says.
Absolutely wild.
According to Dr. Google, you can do it on a cruise ship too. Ever seen the commercial? I do it every night. I do it every night. But I do it every night in the kitchen. I do it after dinner every night. Have you ever seen that commercial? Have you ever seen that commercial? And it's for to wash your dishes every night.
Yeah.
I do it every night. You can turn a pineapple upside
I
down.
thought you were going to tell me that you turn it upside down. I do it every night. It's juicy.
No, the whole commercial is I do it every night, and it's for whatever
But
dishwashing pods.
It isn't the thought about the pineapple. It's that she knows it.
And nobody
she
else
thinks
does.
That everybody knows it. You're showing your age.
I thought
well,
that
the
was common
pineapple and
knowledge.
this is the same thing.
I don't think it is.
Yes, it is. You used to wear it in here as an invite.
Did you
for
know about the
upside down
pineapple?
pineapple.
Interesting.
And I would like to know
Well, the
how.
pineapple
You
isn't common. It's like a
Yeah.
modern thing now.
Isn't it like a flamingo with one leg is another one? Like if you have like.
Now that's new.
Oh.
I don't
Now
know what
we
that
gotta see
is
what
either.
that means.
I don't remember what it means. I just know it was a sign. Like if you have one of those like yard flamingos.
And I was like, whoa.
Really? Where the hell do you live? Up
Jacksonville.
Yeah.
there? Wow.
Have you?
I never see that in my neighborhood. Everybody's quiet, friendly.
They're all a bunch of pelicans.
Yeah, basically.
Well,
Yeah.
let the pelicans.
I don't know. It's not giving me the meaning of that one.
In my neighborhood, there was a guy walking around asking for drugs and alcohol.
You?
I mean, I feel like it represents like what people think happens in Miami.
Yeah.
What?
You just see a guy walking around with drugs and alcohol.
But like, honestly, it was like a horror
I
film.
was in the parking lot in Walgreens in Boca, and a guy came up to me and my boyfriend and was like, "Do you want Xanax?" Excuse me?
Oh, the guy was selling you Xanax?
Do you think there's different slang in Miami?
What?
Does Miami have like different?
Well, there's Hispanic slang, and I mean, there's probably.
Chiquita, chiquita. Ven acá, chiquita.
My kids are up saying they were talking to some that people have a different, not
Lingo?
slang, yeah, a different way they talk, like different accent in Miami, and it doesn't mean they're
Well,
Hispanic.
not-
It's just everyone has this overall different way
Well, now
of
that
speaking.
you brought that up, let me ask a question. When I was in the village in NYU, in the park, right, West Village, I guess hash has like 400 different names to it. So they used to say, "Do you want me to cut a chunk? Cut a chunk." I'm like, "Cut a chunk of what?" He said, "Cut a chunk," and they took out like a brick of hash, right? Hashish comes in a brick, I guess, and there's red, yellow, different colors, and they cut a piece, and I guess you smoke it. I never did it, but that's the slang.
Hashish? You
Hash?
smoke it?
So in the parking lots, they said, "Do you want to take a cut? Do you want a cube? Do you want this? You want to try that?" And they used to try in the village. They used to let you try the drugs before you bought them. I said, "This is unbelievable."
You can't try things now.
No.
Also, you wouldn't want to because there's a high chance fentanyl.
It's fentanyl.
And they get overdose very easily.
Yeah.
They
Now,
say
why
what
is
the
it-
THC is like at 20% now, when it used to be like
Yeah.
2% back in the 70s when everyone was
Oh, no,
doing. Now it's at 20% of
Yeah,
THC.
the strains
It's way
and
out
stuff
of
is
hand.
crazy.
It's way out of hand. And all of a sudden, legalizing marijuana, they said it wasn't going to have a negative outcome, but it does, because all of a sudden the street junk has gotten really
Oh
dangerous.
yeah, it's got really, really, really.
It could
bad.
kill you, right?
Oh yeah,
So you don't want to buy street junk no more,
yeah.
which is what they intended they wanted to happen to begin with.
And it just like raises the prices too. I mean, I don't buy anything like that.
So how do you know the prices are?
Because
what,
I
you
go
got
to
stock
college
in the,
and I know music.
You got stock
what's
in the.
what's the
So-
price of, say, I don't know, is it one?
What's a nickel? Nickel bag?
Is it
No
by
more
your
nickel?
bag, or do you buy
They got no
like a
nickel bags?
joint?
There's no nickel bag? No more?
Nickel bags?
How do you
say nickel bags?
It's so bad. I know.
How much is it to buy? I don't even know how they sell it in a
A
bag.
nickel bag.
I mean, I don't know
Or
all
by
the,
the piece?
measurements and stuff because I.
How do you buy a bag? Is it a bag?
I mean, you
almost small bag. 'cause
How much is that?
It depends on. I don't know. It depends on who you buy it from, actually.
What's
Well,
the
what's
range?
the average price?
Like
I don't- I mean,
$5, $100,
What?
$30.
Whoa, you hear this? $30.
$30 for a bag.
So a nickel bag now is $30?
But like, okay.
Did it used to really be a nickel?
A nickel. No, it was $5.
Oh, okay.
A nickel bag was $5.
$5 now. I can tell you that.
It looks like a little baggie of oregano.
No.
It's $5.
I know.
It was called a nickel
Also,
bag.
no one's buying that little of weed. I can tell you that. Nobody is buying that much.
Wow.
Yeah.
You
And usually
remember
it's
They
like
buy it in bulk, she says.
No, literally.
They
It's
buy. What are you, Costco?
I just said.
Let me sell you a lot.
Wholesale.
50 bucks for the whole thing.
No one buys like a little bit. Like
Really? They don't sell loose either on Lucy's? No. Even cigarettes. You
And
used to
no one like buys like pre-rolls unless it's from like
Someone you know and trust.
an
Nobody
actual store.
buys pre-rolls. Really?
No.
No.
Wow.
Everyone does it themselves because they don't trust it.
Really?
Yeah.
At least they know
This
not
is
to
the
trust
thing.
it, though.
I didn't know.
At least
Thank God
that's
for
smart
telling me
enough.
that, because if I was stupid enough to buy a roll, I'd tell the guy, whack at that.
I know people who like inspect it because sometimes you can like tell if there's other stuff in it, but it's like really hard to tell still.
It's just not worth it.
You and I are so old, we don't even know.
No,
What is the difference
yeah.
between smoking or doing something like that and smoking a cigar?
High difference.
You're getting high.
Yeah, getting high. You're getting
Cigar-
intoxicated.
And a cigar, you're just getting cancer.
A cigar, you're
Pick
just
your
coughing
poison.
for no reason.
Yeah, pick your poison.
Like what? Not even inhaling it.
I know some people who or the
That was
they
a
take
dumb
it
question.
in their mouth as well.
Oh, the Zins.
Yeah.
Zins, yeah.
I know two
What's a Zin?
It's a nicotine like packet.
Or the little thing, the pinch?
It's just
They used to call that snips.
And they're insanely strong for no reason.
It's like a little black pouch, and you put it in your gums. That's cancer in the making right there.
But they're like not like chewing tobacco. It's a little different.
See, nicotine in your
Nicotine won't
gum.
give you cancer. Nicotine's just addictive.
There we go.
Thank
you. It's other chemicals.
Yeah, it's
The
like,
heat
it's
of
the
anything
tar,
in your lungs will give you cancer.
I was reading that humans should not consume decaf coffee because of the chemicals in the processing.
Don
I've
Pablo told us, buy it
In
from
a
him.
cigar or a cigarette, what happens is the tar and the stuff that gets in your
Everything
lungs.
else in it.
That causes you cancer, not the nicotine.
Right, because when you burn the cigar, it creates the nicotine. It creates the tar.
Yeah.
It's the end result
Yeah,
of.
nicotine is only addictive.
That's why they say vaping was better for you.
No,
But
that's
it's
just
not.
chemical air. Like,
No,
I think it's just as bad, yeah.
Stop the cap.
No, vaping's
I
the
mean,
worst.
Well, here's my question to the younger generation. We know what cigarette and tobacco does, right? We've seen the research that it causes cancer. We see that the vaping has the same bad effects in
If not
causing
worse,
cancer.
yeah.
We see that marijuana got more THC and the fear of it's being cut. Why are people still doing all this stuff? Is there nothing else to do?
No.
Like, what is it that is still just so attractive?
One simple word.
What?
Cool.
It's cool.
The influence is
Being
Is that what it
high
is?
and walking
So-
around like a deadhead is cool.
We're moving from like.
Wait, I want to hear what Grace has to say.
So the happiness drug is either dopamine or serotonin, and they do different things. And that's what spikes in your brain when something good happens. So as a generation, we're fading from like less long-term serotonin and more short-term serotonin. Think how TikTok works. It's 10 seconds, you get a spike, you get another video, you get another spike. And it goes like that. When you do the stuff like that, it triggers the long-term serotonin for much longer. So it's not like the fast hits that you usually get. It's like a 5-minute hit. And people are always chasing it. But the longer you do it, the more it goes back to the little spikes.
It's also because we're a more anxious and depressed generation than others, so that's also the
So
reason.
5 minutes of fame is what you're looking for, and then you go looking for it again?
Not personally me, but
No, I'm saying. the
Yeah,
generation.
kind of, because we're trained, like, generalizing, like, as an age demographic, we're
True.
trained to look for the fast, instant gratification, because we don't get it as much as people from the older generations who, like, yeah, like, all the technology, it's messing up our brain
we don't have
chemistry.
patience.
Yeah, we didn't have instant gratification growing up. It was you actually had to get up and change the TV channel. You had to, the phone would ring, you didn't know who it was.
You had to say hello.
You had to say hello, you had to answer it, and if you weren't home, you missed the phone call. It wasn't like someone could find you all the time.
Yeah.
Totally different, right? You worked,
That was.
Yeah, but
people worked, people stayed in one house.
But getting,
For advertisement, you cannot just scroll it or.
Right, you lived in one house for 30 years.
Yeah, but getting
Yeah, you cannot
high,
skip it.
but getting high is a different animal. Okay, so now I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna get high. And then 5 minutes later, okay, that was good. I'm gonna get high again.
But I guess people would say, why do you drink coffee?
There are people who
What about the caffeine?
all day long.
Think like on a much smaller level, doom scrolling. Like you sit on TikTok every
doom
night.
scrolling?
Just do it like this.
Yeah, you go like this. That's like, it's a much smaller drug, but it's the same chemicals in your brain. So you're constantly chasing the next hit. And while we're trained to look for the instant gratification, we're not trained to like fulfill ourselves happiness and that kind of stuff. So we would rather do like the short-term drug fix than go to therapy.
It was
kind of
funny.
thing.
We had someone in here last week, and every time they were in here, they'd give us another idea, and we'd say, "You want to try that?" And finally, they said, "I've got silver penny syndrome. I'm always looking to change and do what's next." At least they were honest enough to tell us that they don't know what they want because it's the same thing, right? It's the silver
But they never
penny.
finish anything.
But that's, I think, part of the problem is you think the grass is always green, or you think there's always a shiny penny, and you grab the penny, and then you don't want
That's
it
it.
anymore. Now you find something else.
Yeah, there's no work
There's no
on it.
longevity in
It's
it,
like
right?
wives. Silver penny.
Down low.
It's the same
So-
thing with like social media is like you're constantly seeing something that's better than something that's already like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like,
Nice big hit.
yeah,
you're always
so,
chasing
like,
the next thing.
So how do you
like something
untrain-
better is always there.
So how do you untrain people to go the long game? Because what you're explaining to me is all the short game, being satisfied on the short game.
That's also why I think dating is different too, because people have so much access to different people now that they're like, oh, like she's really cool, and then they go on social media and they see someone that's, you know, that they think is better or prettier or funnier or all these things. So it's like that's why people cheat so much more now, because you can cheat online and in person too. So it's like a whole like just that one little like chasing the next thing changes every aspect.
Do you think it's
of your
culturally
social
different?
life.
Like Tanya from India or Kazakhstan, is it different than in America? For either one of you?
No, I think it's the same.
It's the same.
I think it's the same.
India, is it the same?
So, yes, it is the same in certain ways because, you know, globalization, westernization is a big thing. And in India, we're like the USA and the UK and Europe, for that matter, is top game. Whatever they do there is right. Whatever they do there, we have to follow because they know what the hell they're doing, I
They
guess.
think they know.
All
Wow.
right, so let me ask you, you guys are a boss, and you're gonna hire a worker, an employee. And what are you gonna do? It's the first question you're gonna ask him, are you a long-term thinker or are you a short-term thinker?
So when you're dealing with something like that, you're not going to change it. No one workplace is going to change it. That's how people build resentment because you're trying to hold on to something that's not there anymore. And the point of it is you have to get ahead of it. And like this is sales. Like sales is completely different now because people's mindsets have changed. You're not going to change anyone and you're not going to revert back to things.
I said a question.
Yeah,
Would
but
you hire somebody that honestly answered you, I'm a short-term?
It depends for your company. Like if you want someone, you know, who is willing to work for a certain project for a long time and like won't get bored of that. But there's also people who are good with like short-term stuff, and it's like they can get to the next idea quicker.
But you're missing the point.
You're
missing the point. If I'm asking the question,
It depends on what you
I
want
already
as an
know
employer.
what why I'm asking it. My question to you is on the other side. You're the one that's going to be answering the question. So if you meet somebody that says, I'm a long-term thinker, would that pique your interest to hire this person? Or if they tell you honestly, I'm a short-term thinker, would that interest your ability to hire the person?
You want someone who
Yeah, it depends on them and their skills.
You want
Because
someone
you know
who
what you're
follows
gonna
the short
get after
term.
that anyway.
You want someone who follows the short terms and understands what's going on, but can add all of these little parts together to make the long-term goal.
They're in a tough generation.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, yes.
It's a lot of mental coordination.
Because you're a different generation. Even though you may be close in age, the generations are different.
You have a different work ethic.
Yes. What the question you ask, I would depends what I'm looking for. If the person honestly going to answer my question.
Thank you. That's
yes.
right. Are they going to honestly answer?
They're going to honestly answer. So
That's right.
I would know that that person is honest and willing to, based on what he has in mind, cooperate with me.
It might not
Because
even matter what he
the
says.
person can lie.
That's right.
And
That's
it's going
right.
to be much harder for me as an employee and employer to communicate. So,
That's
but understanding that a new generation is different, it would be much easier to communicate me with new people.
I think Grace is tougher on HR in here than you and I are.
Oh yeah. I know when people are lying.
So you and I give them the chance to, even if they're not telling us the truth when we meet them, to see maybe their experience or their niche will come out and we'll watch them grow.
You do that.
Grace gives them a ranking, 0 to 10. They're lying, they're answering. I like this one, we're not going to see them. Like, you've got this whole thing figured out. You've got this whole code, and you know what's going to happen next. And you've been pretty accurate, because the ones you coded, we haven't heard from them.
Most people who, like, I mean, they're trying to sell themselves, so, like, they're gonna not necessarily lie, but, like, try and make themselves seem a little bit better than they actually are, which is normal.
But that's protection.
Yeah, that's for them, and because they want, if they really want the job, then they are gonna do that. They're gonna try and sell themselves. But some people who are a little too honest, it's like, oh, you don't really care, kind of. But it is better to be honest.
We had
about
someone
what
here
your
just
skills
run
are.
out.
Yeah, that's
She had them work on a project, and they ran out of the door. And it wasn't a difficult project.
Well, it depends on what you're getting yourself into. But I'll go back to your point, because sometimes if you know they're going to answer you honestly because you've already sized it up, then you have something to work with. If they're going to give you the, I'm going to do this, and you could tell that they're BSing you through the whole process, then you know what you're getting if you take it.
Yeah.
But it's still your decision whether or not you want to bring them on board.
Yeah.
People are never going to change. They're not. People aren't. But you have to be able to mold them
What he was saying,
to
yes.
what you want.
I just want to share. Once out of the college, I had a two-year college, and I applied for the job. I went and I was waiting in a room with people, and I had a guy from Harvard, graduated in business, something like really, really good university, good major. And we're just sitting in a room, like 15 people, and then I was like, oh, this guy probably gonna get a job. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna get it from my experience. And guess what? I was hired. And then I approached the manager and I asked, why you hired me? There was another people in the room, like even that guy who has a degree in a business from Harvard. And she said, you were honest to me. You said if you don't know, you're willing to learn, and you were not like pretending someone. You were honest to me, and you were willing to learn. That's the good point. That's why we hired you. And I was like, oh wow, I was impressed. And I remember, and I was like, oh my God, I got a job. So, but then I was like, okay, so now I said, I can learn. I have to learn everything as soon as possible. So, by being honest, I realized, yes, I can get a job. I can get a better job, like promotion. I just have to learn and be honest. That's it. And I really like that a lot of customers appreciate, like, oh, you know what? I don't know this, but let me find the right person. So being honest and be able to learn new things, I think that's what's gonna really help in life. Not to say, oh, I know everything, I'm experienced, and then in reality, yeah, you are not. So
You guys are all honest in here. I'm looking around the room. You guys are all truthful.
Yep.
I had a friend of mine who did an interview, and on Wall Street, and it was a female boss, and she asked him a question about where he lived, and he told her, and she says, oh, I know the area, and she set him up. He went on to tell her how he hangs out, how he drinks, how he drugs, and, oh, we can party, and she just kept bleeding him. And so when he came home, he told me, I just got hired. This is the greatest job. I said, they hired you? He says, no, but she's going to call. I said, no, bro. She set you up, you dummy. She set you up. Well, I was honest. I said, no, you were honest in the negative way. She
Yeah.
just bled into you. She's not gonna hang out with you. What are you, insane? On Wall Street? Never heard from the woman again.
Oh,
Never
wow.
heard. Never heard. I mean, sometimes the question isn't the answer, it's how they answer it and where it goes.
I mean, honestly, if you're honest with somebody, it just goes a long way, both as in a relationship, but also in business. Because in business terms, there are backstabbers, there are people who try to go underneath you, there are people who are dishonest. So having an honest person with you makes the whole process of trusting a person with important tasks more easily reliable.
Well, you want to be able to count on somebody. And, when the cop pulls you over and he's going to ask you for your version of what happened, the first 3 minutes of what you say is the only thing he's ever going to remember. Is the only thing he's going to take seriously, because right now you're in la la land. What did I do? Yeah, I went too fast. And if you lie to him in those first 3 minutes, he's going to know, because they're trained to pick up the lie. And if they got to hunt the truth, you're guilty. I don't care if at the end of the day you tell them you're right, I did it. Somebody's going to jail.
You okay?
You gotta pick up this
Interesting.
juice.
Wow. Interesting conversations.
That was.
Yeah, we've got an entirely new crew in here. I mean, we got Baxton and Grace have been with us a while. Everyone else you guys are all brand new. And I have to tell you, what a crew. You guys, work gets done, you're well-rounded, you guys are creating new opportunities for everyone, you're doing how-to sheets because, now I have to laugh before we wrap up. I'm redoing some of the sheets that you sent me, I'm looking over them, and one of them says, yell, rejoiner, yell, 10, 9, I think that is the worst way to treat you guys, to teach you, so we're going to change that. We're going to put the walkie-talkies back into effect. You're going to tell the person at gate what needs to be done, and they are going to relay it to the floor. We're not going to scream from Studio A to the theater. And it says, yell, in big letters. And I'm reading through, and it says, yell, 10. Not like, no, this is really bad to put in procedures.
The countdown, I got being at CBS. They do that. They go 10, 9, the whole...
But they don't scream through 3 studios.
No, they scream in the
person
control...
on the floor will tell you.
No, they scream the control room. Everybody's counting down. But they do it as a joke, especially if somebody forgets to do it. Then they all purposely do it.
To get attention, right?
To make sure you don't do it again. It's like after every show, that red bell should be rung. That means we're out. Means we're not, the mics are not hot. Not that we're out, because sometimes the credits are playing. But you want to be able to tell people. But you have to sell a set. So if I'm sitting here as a guest, I'm a guest and I'm looking around like, wow, this place is different. You have a grand opportunity those first 3 minutes to sell the set. This is the way you hold the mic. Would you like something to drink? This is the camera. This is the angle. If I have to do when I'm on the air, don't ring the bell, because we didn't do it. We're not selling this set. We're just selling the person being. So you're right. There is, and then we tried this with the older group when Teddy.
So I'm glad you guys are writing it, because we've got ways that we can re-implement some of the things that we've been wanting to implement.
Yep.
So the bell is great. Show people where the camera is. All of those things.
Bell?
Teach them the red bell. Like if this is your mic, how to talk into your mic as opposed to talking into your mic.
Or using it as a baton.
Or here.
like Baxton does. He holds it like this.
But things to do, things to add to it. So thank you guys for starting that process.
And the other thing is that people will talk to Dawn and I on the set, and the camera's over here, and this is the shot you're getting. That's not what you want. You want them to square their shoulders towards the camera or move the camera in this direction. Gato does that.
And now we have 5 cameras in there, so.
That's
we're
why I
keeping
went
that
to
one all
5,
set
because
up.
I got tired of seeing people's ear on the set.
So we got that all hooked up yesterday, so that's kind of cool. Ready to wrap this up?
Yes.
Man in white.
Is that going to be a thing tonight?
Happy Tuesday, everyone. What are we naming today's show? The Upside Down Pineapple? Or Flamingo on 1 foot?
That's funny.
We'll see when Chelsea comes in what we're going to say. Have a great
Upside
morning,
down.
everyone. Tune in for our midday show. We've got Helen Archer coming in, and I believe Jake on the Lake is coming in today to sing with Johnny Melnick. All right, have a great morning. We'll see you in a little bit.
Don't be late. Thank you for listening to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show. My mug is empty, and you know what that means.
I think it means it's time for a coffee refill.
As we prepare for other shows here at the Amp Media Production Studios.
Tune in for more fun and laughs at 12 o'clock for our afternoon show.
And remember to like, follow, and subscribe on our page.
Have a great morning, everyone. Stay safe and be kind to each other.
And don't be late.